This is amazing. Oh. That's a Hakusuka! This is the entrance to the Imperial Palace. Okay guys, so it is Friday today, so it's our first official week being in Japan. We have gone to Shiomi, which we stayed for a while. We managed to travel around Tokyo, and we even traveled to Yokohama, which we then decided to base ourselves for the rest of the trip. We were originally supposed to leave on Tuesday this week to go to Osaka, but I made the decision to, instead of taking the bullet train up there, I wanted to explore Tokyo and Yokohama a lot more. So we ended up staying an extra couple of days. So we are actually checking out of Yokohama on Sunday, and then we're going to be going to Hakone, where we're going to be staying for, I think it's around 2 nights. We're going to be leaving on either Monday or Tuesday. We may either go back to Shiomi, or we might go somewhere else around Tokyo, so that way we're closer to the action in the city. But right now, with all this talking and summarizing, we are in Yokohama for breakfast. It's currently nearly 7 o'clock in the morning. I woke up really early. I'm not really a morning person, but for some reason my body clock is getting me up earlier than I usually do. As you see, we have the observation tower over here. You have the amusement park / playground over here. World Porters is like right behind here, I believe. So just when I thought I was going to go to World Porters for breakfast, it doesn't open till 10:30. So we are going to find another place to go. So Queen's Tower B. So another thing is the maps of places is a little bit difficult and confusing. So example, so they have a layout of everything, and it's in Japanese, I guess, for where it actually is located. You might sometimes find a map like this, so it says that we are here. That's towards landmark Tokyo Tower. So I found McDonald's finally. Ordering a sausage and egg McMuffin was not too difficult in Japan, which was great. The other thing that was actually the most difficult was finding my yen coins in this little pocket thing. It's really difficult to find coins in that. There is a full menu of the Japanese McDonald's here, which I'm going to take home with me. But yeah, we're going to have one and see how we go. Very similar to the one we had back home, except if you look at the patty is very different. It's like a lighter color instead of a darker color. That's actually pretty good. My honest opinion of McDonald's in Japan is that it's quite similar to McDonald's back home, except some of the options are a lot different for sure. But the McMuffin tasted really good. But also, as you can see here, I wanted to get this Nissan Skyline police car, but you have to order a kids meal, so I might order a kids meal at one point just to see if I can hopefully get it. This morning's breakfast is McMuffin, which I just had, and a hot Boss coffee. They actually have a area which actually heats up the drinks, so these are actually kept really warm at the start of the day, so I'm able to actually have a warm beverage on my way to work or on my way to my commute. So pretty much that's kind of how it works here as well. They do sell hot coffee in the form of canned and bottled hot coffee, which is awesome. And it tastes really good. This is me and my new friend.
Turn right.
We are currently in a park near Yokohama Harbor. Just a bit further up from Minato Mirai is the Yokohama Gundam factory, which is a key tourist destination which we are going to be going to see the Gundam moving around, as well as to see just what the factory looks like. I can actually kind of see it from here, and it looks massive from here. So I will show you, and I will grab photos, because this actually looks pretty cool. As I was saying, Gundam factory, Yokohama, is right there. On my way to the Gundam factory, there are a lot of flowers. Seems to be like a peace float of flowers. Oh, I see something familiar. It's a moon shop. The Last Rock Gardens, California. Now we're gonna go and see what the damage is on ticket prices to get in. I don't know also when it starts moving, because usually at a certain time period the Gundam will start to move. We're just gonna go and see it first and see how we go. We're about to meet the Gundam. This is exciting. We have made it.
He's pointing to the tower on the shot.
I think he is actually pointing. That's actually a very good observation right there. He's pointing to that tower over there. So the way this works is we do a few rotations in different groups, so that way we're able to get a view equally of the Gundam. Here he goes. So, that was an amazing display right there. Now is a better time than any to talk to you guys about Passion Driven Skyline. Passion Driven Skyline features a lot of the footage from my Japan trip and is purely a Skyline documentary. It is a stock standard R34 GTR. If you want to see the Daikoku Fudo PA experience as well as my R34 GTR drive, definitely check out Passion Driven Skyline. The link's in the description below and on screen. Anyway, back to the video. So Dad and I spotted a Australian style restaurant or bar. I mean, the first thing that we caught was that said Uluru right there, which is a place in Australia. But yeah, I found it quite ironic seeing an Australian restaurant in Japan. Like, we came all this way for Japan. It's a bar, yeah. We saw an Australian bar in Japan. I mean, we came all this way to go to an Australian style cuisine. I mean, it's kind of interesting. It's like having Japanese food in Australia or Asian food in Australia. It's gonna be a bit different, but it'll still taste similar. So, I don't know. Quite surreal to me, at least.
Okay, so you can get rice dishes and toppings.
This one's way more organized.
Turkey.
Gyoza's really good. Hakata tonkotsu. So they have two different types of broths. They have soy sauce and they have salty. Someone has committed grand arson over here, as you can see. It's literally on fire right now. That GTR is still there, but I think it might have moved. Good morning, everyone. It is currently Saturday, and I just want to give you guys a bit of an update on last night and what happened, because I didn't get a chance to record much. So, last night, Daikoku was insane. There were heaps of cars. There was a lot of builds that I had never seen. Body kits for Skylines I've never seen. And anyway, it got shut down by the police because it got overcrowded. Went to Tatsumi and unfortunately it was closed. So now it's the next morning, we're back home and we're gonna go on a road trip.
Righto.
So we are off at the beach and there was a clean S660. You might be wondering, when I say that I'm speaking with the owner, you're wondering whether I'm speaking in English or Japanese. Now, the best way, especially for foreigners who don't know too much Nihongo, the best thing that you should do is definitely use Google Translate, and it's very helpful to try and translate and even use voice, so that way you can get a clear translation back. It's good if there's not much noise pollution, otherwise it might be better just to use simple terms and let them know that you don't speak much of the language. But from these experiences you do pick up a lot of Japanese, especially how to say excuse me, which is sumimasen, as well as how to say hello, which is konnichiwa, and how to say good morning, which is ohayo gozaimasu. It does end up making the experience a little bit easier for you and the other people around you. But we are currently out at the beaches of Futsu at the moment in the Shiba region, and it is pretty peaceful here. There's actually a picnic area that someone set up, as well as a lot of mountainous areas with a lot of greenery. We found out about this place by going through the world porters just at Yokohama Plaza. On the notice board they were letting us know about the Futsu beach, so we decided that we're going to go and have a look at it. The traffic was pretty horrific to get there, especially because the Aqua Bridge that goes through the port and marina of Tokyo is pretty packed. I have a feeling it's partially to do with the rest stop area at the end of the tunnel. It seems to be a popular site, and they had to have construction crew and other sort of crew just to sort out the parking situation, because people were staying too long and gridlocking the highway to get out of the ocean. But enjoy the view of Futsu Beach. That's one of the newer cars. That took so long to get to Melbourne, but here that's been in development for 2 years here. There are so many fancy cars. I finally made it to Omori factory. We have parked that Toyota up next to some of their cars in the front. This is an instructor car right here, actually. Nismo Driving Academy. I'm excited to see what the showroom's like. I know we're late, but we should be able to see some good stuff. So this is pretty interesting to see. Looks like a Nissan R390. Has a Calisonic livery on it as well. Here are some of the engines that they've got on display. A twin-turbo RB26. Special exhibitor original engine. RB26J02. Number 223. That is a really interesting front differential as well. And here's the GTR VR38D TT, which is a twin turbo V6, 3.8 litres. Over here we have a Reebok and Tomy one-seated R31 SSR wheels back in the day with the monolock lug nut. Got some model cars here as well. This is the 24 Hours of Francorchamps. Surf Lotto Trophy Group A, Rolex 24 Daytona, Le Automobile Club de Monaco, 24 Heures du Mans Autos in 1998. Right over here is one of my dream cars, and this has an Endless Brakes livery. This is a R34 GTR. I believe it's a V-spec, but we will double check that. So this was the Endless Advan GTR 2002 to 2003 Super Taikyu Series Champion machine. Overall length 4,600 millimeters. This is pretty much all the specs, the wheelbase, everything. How it's actually pretty much at the same curb weight as my R34 with only a RB25. So they did actually shave off a fair few kilos, especially removing seats from the rears and installing a lightweight roll cage in it. A lot of the interior is still intact. It's got a replacement gauge as well, so they took out the stock head unit for the GTR computer and they replaced it with some basic gauges. Oh, that is cool. And right over here in this corner, as you guys know, they have a window for the workshop, so you're actually able to watch them work on the GTRs. I have a feeling one of these may have been at Daikoku last night. It was probably the R2 that I saw earlier. So I might as well add this to the vlog. There's a really nice R34 GTR here with the gold badges. I have a feeling this is coming in to get a new owner. And here is a GTSX twin cam turbo. So the Nissan Motorsports International body kit on it. Clean Advan wheels, I think those are. Workmeister CRs on this thing. This is amazing. Active aero as well, I believe. Well, I found the ghost. There he is. Oh, I knew I wasn't seeing things. That is a Millennium Jade Omori Factory GTR. So this is the first time filling up by myself. That is regular, that's high octane, and this might be diesel. So you put the yen in here, in this one here. Actually, this one there, I think. That might be for your, there you go. So you have to actually pre-ask it about how much fuel you want, and then it will allow you to do it. So we're doing for full tank of regular, which is what this one takes. So we click OK. So one thing to note, especially for you foreigners as well who don't know this, once you've finished filling, you get a receipt, and that receipt gets put into this exchange machine, which you then scan, and then your change comes out here. So don't drive off from your fuel station without checking if you have change, because you may be losing a lot of money. So that's just something to note. He's got a surfboard on a bike. We've just arrived at Hakone, which is in the outer city towards the mountain ranges, and at the moment we are going to be driving on the mountain ranges to Hakone Park, which is near Lake Ashi and Hakone Shrine as well. We're going to be going to check out the park and then walk to the shrine, as well as going to Lake Ashi to go and experience the great view along the lake. All right, let's go. Oh, Tacoma. Tacoma, you are big. You are very big. Oh. Toyota Tacoma is not made for mountain road. Oh, the toge begins.
too fast, he's bumping me!
I know, that was actually exactly... That was exactly how I sounded back then too. Oh, this guy's warming up his tires. I'd qualify to be that bus driver. It's such a nice place. Is that a Supra? Now, I don't seem to get these on camera enough, but I bumped into more Australians from Melbourne as well. And as they were talking, they just let me know that they actually potentially knew my cousin. You could be all the way in Japan, a place which is very big for tourism, and be so isolated from people of your own culture and your own area, to then see people who came from where you came and know people that you know, even if they are family. So just from talking to them, like, Australians are very friendly as well. If you're an Australian and you're talking to an Australian, you feel like you're one of them and you feel like you're at home. But the fact that they knew my cousin was amazing. So these kind blokes let me take a video of their car for my documentary. Now, despite it being a Skyline R34 documentary, I definitely can't pass up an opportunity to record these amazing Corolla GT twin cam. We actually do not get these a lot back in Melbourne, in Australia. So it is amazing to see a mint Corolla. He caught one. That's massive. The one downside to not knowing the Japanese language, especially for these shrines, is that Google Translate actually requires internet, especially to decipher text on photos. So I'm not able to figure out what the ritual says because there isn't any English instructions for it. So I attempted to try and participate in the ritual, but the problem is, unless you know how to speak in Japanese and ask for things and figure out what things are, then it's very difficult to talk. And I felt really bad because I was trying to translate what the person at the front desk was saying, but because I have no internet to translate what she was trying to say was very difficult for me, and she felt very flustered to type out what she was saying, so I just let it be. But for the most part, I think we'll just come and enjoy and see what the rituals are. But I did give it a try and participate, but it's very difficult to do. I think they did this on purpose. They have left this pier area a little bit shorter, so that way in the distance over there you actually can't see the Ashi shrine. I was just looking at this truck right here, as you can see. This truck right here is on the edge of this fall. The beams, the only thing holding that thing up, I do not know how that actually manages to hold up. This would have been a very tight toge, and then there's a pullover zone there.
We didn't do this yesterday, did we?
No, we didn't do this one yesterday because this is a different skyline to go in town. But this is from Assetto Corsa, which is a racing simulator. They use this map for one of the most famous toge roads because it's so narrow. One car can fit sideways here, fine. No car coming. Oh, I'll take that wide. No car coming there. Oh, Chris would know this track off by heart. No car coming. Good, good. They've resurfaced this too.